You can learn robot programming for free. Right now, in a browser tab. No robot, no license, no install. This is a browser simulator with 5 robot types. Real kinematics, real physics, and real vendor code. You write the same commands a real robot runs. You watch a simulated arm run them. And the fundamentals you build transfer to a real robot. This video covers the 5 robot types. What is real and what is not. And exactly where to start for free. Robot programming has always had one big blocker for beginners. You needed a robot. A 6-axis arm costs tens of thousands. A license costs more. And one bad move can damage tooling or worse. So most people who want to learn robot programming never write a single line of robot code. They read the manual. They watch lecture videos. But they never run a move. That is the wrong way to learn. You learn robot programming by writing a move and running it. Then writing another one. A simulator removes the cost, the license, and the fear of breaking the machine. So you can actually practice. The simulator has 5 robot geometries. First, a URScript 6-axis articulated arm. 6 rotary joints. The workhorse of the factory and the friendliest place to start. Second, a SCARA. A rigid, fast horizontal arm built for high-speed pick-and-place. Third, a Cartesian gantry. 3 linear axes, X, Y, and Z. The simplest motion model there is. And fourth, a delta. The parallel spider with 3 arms driving one platform. The geometry that sorts parts at high speed. Each geometry has its own real kinematics. So when you jog the arm or move the tool, the simulator solves the actual joint angles to put the tool where you asked. Not a cartoon. The real math. 2 things make this real instead of toy. First, the physics. The simulator runs a Havok physics engine. So payload droops the arm. Contact triggers a protective stop. Gravity is gravity. Second, the code. You write real vendor front ends. URScript for universal robots. Rapid for ABB. KRL for KUKA. And TP for FANUC. The same move can be written in any of the 4. So you're not learning a made-up teaching language. You're learning the actual syntax a real controller runs. That is the difference between watching robot programming and doing robot programming. Let me be honest about what this is and what is not. It is a browser simulator with real kinematics and real physics, running real vendor language front ends. It is not a vendor controller emulator. It does not pretend to be a real UR or FANUC controller down to the last register. What it gives you is the language and the motion habits. Frames, jogging, joint moves versus linear moves, gripper input and output, waypoints, payload, and collaborative safety. Those fundamentals are exactly the same on a real robot. So when you get hands on real hardware, the vocabulary and the instincts transfer. The simulator gets you 90% of the way for free, then a real arm finishes the job. Here is where you start, and it is free. Frames and jogging. A frame is just a coordinate system. There's a base frame fixed at the robot's foot, and a tool frame that rides with the gripper. Everything in robot programming is a position in a frame. Get that idea, and the rest follows. Jogging is moving the arm by hand through the interface, one joint or one axis at a time. You jog in joint space to spin a single joint. You jog in Cartesian space to slide the tool along X, Y, or Z. Jogging builds your intuition for how 6 joints combine to put the tool exactly where you want it. This is the first thing every robot programmer learns, and on the simulator it costs nothing. Once jogging feels natural, you write your first program moves. A joint move sends the arm fast through joint space. The tool path curves, but it gets there quickly. A linear move keeps the tool on a straight Cartesian line. Slower, but predictable, which is what you want when you approach a part. Then you add the gripper. A single digital output closes it. Set the output true to grip. Set it false to release. Move to the part, close the gripper, lift. That is a pick. Move to the target, open the gripper. That is a place. Put those together, and you have a complete pick-and-play cycle. The backbone of real robot work. So that is robot programming in a browser. 5 robot types. Real kinematics. real physics, real vendor code, and the fundamentals are free to build. Open the simulator and pick a robot at plcsimulationsoftware.com/robot-simulator. Start with frames and jogging. Then follow the staged robotics path at plcsimulationsoftware.com/robotics-path, which pairs each concept with the exact lesson that practices it. No robot, no license, just a browser tab and the real fundamentals. The next video is a URScript tutorial for beginners. The friendliest robot language explained from zero. Subscribe, new video every Tuesday. See you in the next one.